It's my story, and it's your story, and we hope it will spread and be the story of all mankind.
Travis Wayne Goodsell. I'm going to do one more video and then shower and shave and then get to work on finishing the objection for the lawsuit. Yesterday I did a video in which I covered rewriting history. I think I might have put that in the title. And as I was uploading it, I went looking for a video about the Church History Museum, hoping that one would show up with pictures of the one rock instead of two that look nothing like the one rock. And much to my surprise, I found Church History Museum documentary. So I put that in the description below with the link. But I wanted to do a specific video on how the church criminally rewrites history. The documentary tells it all. They just confess. We just create history, we lie about history, we only tell certain parts that are faith promoting. It was just a gold mine of criminal corruption in that documentary by the church. And so I've been there. I talked about it in the video I did. When Karen and I went, we saw the replica of the Book of Mormon and got to lift it, and they even had to go into storage to bring it out for us because they weren't going to bring it out. I guess it was causing too much controversy. But my sweet wife at the time loves to brag about me in public and said, "Oh, Travis can translate this." And so I ended up telling them about a lecture I was holding in a couple of weeks, and they said that they were going to pass the information around to have everybody come, and nobody came. I don't think they seriously believed I could translate. Not just that the Book of Mormon is a fraud, in the sense that there was no actual plates, but more so that the president of the church hasn't come out with a translation from the actual plates to confirm that Joseph Smith's translation was correct, and that it is a true history, and blah, blah, blah. And so therefore I can't do it, because Mormons believe that only the presidents of the church are translators, even though they've got not a single shred of fruit to prove they are translators. They don't even take the title of translator in any of the solemn assemblies of General Conference or any of the loyalty oaths that they have every conference. And so, yeah, the documentary just confesses, yeah, we only put in faith-promoting material. We're not talking about any of the negative stuff or controversial stuff. We are putting in actual relics, such as the fake seer stone, not the actual stones that Joseph Smith used, and a replica of the Book of Mormon plates, not the real plates. And so they just lie. We can't trust anything the church tells us, and the museum just perpetuates their lies as they confess and say, yeah, we're rewriting church history. And we hope that the world will believe our version of events. They say that in the documentary. Holland is the one who's saying it. We hope that the world will. Oh my God. But yeah, confirmed that they have no interest in telling us the truth. They don't want us to know the truth. And the truth actually is a good thing for the church of Joseph. And that's why they don't tell us the truth. It's because Brigham, he sort of blew it. And, if they confess to the truth and put to rest all of the critics, as they've instead decided to say, oh yeah, this is what critics say, so we'll put it in Wikipedia, but we'll only quote their books. We're not going to point out the real history. And so like Heber C. Kimball, for example, under Masonry, just lie upon lie upon lie as they cover up the truth. Whether it's the family who's only allowing that information to be put in, or whether it's the direct quotes from Kimball himself, or the summation of his quotes, we don't know until we get their book and rip it from their hands and look at it for ourselves. But Canandaigua, that's the key that exposes their lying. And they don't realize that they never anticipated Wikipedia and Google search. They're not prophets. And so they didn't think that one day a technology would come around that would expose the true history and expose them for their lies and corruption. As back in '93, they continued the modus operandi of firing and excommunicating any Mormon who dares molest or make afraid. And those church historians were also, still thinking they were supporting the church, but they had uncovered evidence that couldn't be hid. And so they were trying to reconcile it, but the church said, no, we don't want this information out. And so the church fired them from BYU's history department, excommunicated them. And now they're forced to say, okay, there's one stone, not two, and it's the gift and power of God. That's what it is, looking in a hat with rocks. When Joseph didn't even do any of the writing in the Book of Mormon. They just can't tell us the truth, and they don't want the truth out because it would expose Brigham Young and his separation from the church. And so that's it. So get going for today, and then do a reading of the order for you when I finish.